Hey, Shalom. Giving praises to honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashim Rakakwadash, the born to the apostles and elders of GMS. Peace and salutations to 144,000 to the scattered elect throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you all. It's the brother Toa Payah from the Providence, Rhode Island King. It's going to go into a brief lesson, really just giving thanks and appreciation to Yahweh Shem Shai for the spirit that He's rested upon myself and upon those others that are enduring in this truth and this walk, as we are in that year of apostates, fallouts, sellouts, and when it comes down to our destiny, that's something that we don't necessarily know, but we hope that Yahweh Shem Shah has salvation in our destiny. Which, if you don't know what destiny is, look it up. But this is one of those videos that's ultimately giving thanks, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yashah, as all videos. That's why we open up, giving praise, honor, and glory. However, I want to start off here in Jude, Jude 1 and 3. It says, "Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that you should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints." And that word "contend" is another word for fight. You see, this is nothing easy, as a lot of Christians and Catholics like to portray this walk to be. You know, it's not about prospering in this world and, oh, you give X amount of dollars in tithes, so you get a reward of X amount of dollars greater than what you gave. It's what's in the world right now is comical, and it's a lot of people that don't emphasize prophecy. They don't talk about the deep things of the book. They don't understand the milk scriptures, the foundational aspects that allows you to get through, your day to day in this walk. So, contending for the faith is a part of receiving, the common salvation that is being spoken of here by Jude, the brother of James. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab another verse here, because there's no exemption from being tempted in this walk. There's no exemption, and we're all pretty much gonna be tested, just like Job was tested, Yahweh Shah was tested, the men of the Lord were always tested. And it was the spirit that allowed them to fight against those, through those temptations. You see, so this is Matthew 10 and 22. It says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endures to the end shall be saved." You see, so what we're doing is going to be hated, and it's really not because they hate us. It's because they hate Yahweh Shem Shah, whoever it is that is hating us. My brother, sister, mother, father, friends, co-worker, whatever. Whoever hates us, it's not that they hate us per se. It's they hate Yahweh Shem Shah. And the key word I want to emphasize, highlight here in this verse is endure. Endure. Endurance is a thing that, it consists of fighting. It consists of going through a thing. And in Christianity, like Catholicism, Islam, whatever, all these other religions, they don't emphasize the fight of the good fight of faith. Excuse me. They don't go into those things, but what are we fighting for? We're fighting for that. We're fighting for that salvation. So I could give me a quick minute so I could grab the scripture. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 28. "For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more." So yeah, this is what it is. The point that we're in, those that believe in Yahweh Shem Shah, we are in that point of already returning and seeking him 10 times more, because we were once astray. We was once in vomit, and we got taken out of that. That was through the love, the mercy that he had for us. That was a part of our journey, our walk, our script. All right, verse 29 says, "For he has brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. So the same power that brought this, these temptations and things like that. Oh, if it's in our lot, if it's in our destiny to overcome these things, he's going to be the same one that brings us everlasting joy with our salvation. And this is a thing that when it comes down to this is a thing that when it comes down to this walk, we have to consider. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. And no man warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier. All right, now don't get it twisted. Yahushua said, don't take them out of the world, but pray. I pray that you pretty much don't let the world overtake them that are in the world, for they are mine and they are thine. I probably roughly, let me see, I'm gonna grab the scripture. Because we're gonna, all right, here it is. John 17:9. I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee, Holy Father. Keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou gavest me have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture may be fulfilled. That son of perdition is talking about Judas Iscariot. All right, but this is a very heavy chapter right here. It says, and now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves, and have given them thy word. This is Yahushua talking for us. This is Yahushua talking for his believers, man. We cannot forget that Yahushua is vouching for us. It says, I have given them thy word, and the world has hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. We're not of this place. That's why everybody looks at us and feels, something, different about us. They feel something different about us, and they can't put their finger on it. But it's gonna be manifested that we were never those that was of this world, but of that divine kingdom. But it says, verse 15, I pray not that thou should take them out of the world, but that thou should keep them from the evil. So Yahushua is praying for us. Yahushua literally praying for us, so that we don't get taken out. So we got to believe that he's talking about us. All right. But going back to it, 2 Timothy 2:4, no man that warreth entangling himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier. So, we're going to be in this world to do what we got to do, our duties and whatnot. But Yahushua is praying for us that the evil don't overtake us. So that's what it goes into. How when we are enduring hardness as a good soldier, we not entangle ourselves with the affairs. This is that's going into Yahweh's protection over us, because we'll have that mindset of sticking to our Father's business. But it goes on and says, and if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully. But that's pretty much the point. This is a thing that we got to consider when it comes to this fight. And Yahushua is praying, Yahushua is vouching for his elect. But all praise, honor, and glory to Yahushua. Shalom.